guys, and welcome to another edition of Market Marauders. Read the market one trade at a time. So today we're going over Virgin Galactic. So the rise and fall of Virgin Galactic. So if you guys have been following this, ticker sign SPICE SPCE, it has been on quite an uptrend for the past week. It went all the way up to the 40s. Seemed like it went all the way up to like $41, but it has crashed and burned almost, and it's still falling. So let's dive into it. If you guys want more updates on uh, Virgin Galactic and other stocks, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I try to give updates on different stocks, and I have weekly stock picks that I give. I'm not a financial advisor, but I feel like they help out, point people in the right direction. So hit that subscribe button down below if you'd like to get more information about that. So let's dive into their old earnings. Um, and I made a video on this previously. If you guys look on my channel, I made a video before this current earnings about their previous earnings. But let me go to highlight the thing that stood out to me that was very, suspicious, was very sus. So if we go to net loss, their net loss for a 3-month period was $51.5 million. And the main thing that people were trying to say is like, you go up to the highlights of, hey, they moved their operations to New Mexico and got a new facility, had to transfer a lot of people. Okay, that's, you know, understandable for a company. Moving locations cost a lot of money. But $51.5 million for a company that really doesn't have any real revenue coming in, it's just I just can't fathom that amount of burn rate. Um, you know, Most companies in general, if you lost that amount of money in a 3 month period, they would be bankrupt. So that's what alarmed me the most. I know there was a lot of hype around the company. People are excited about going to space. Space exploration, is kind of the wave of the future, or you know I know it's more than just space exploration with this company. I think they're trying to get transcontinental flights um, set up, but I think that this stuff is way in the future. I don't think it's as close as a lot of people seem, because I mean with the FAA breaking uh, you know imposing regulations on Boeing so much, those are just regular planes, and I don't believe if regular planes uh, can pass FAA regulations, then it's definitely gonna be hard to get a spaceship, is what they call them, what this company calls them, to take people to space and that follow all the FAA rules. Without there being like some sort of training, or there's gonna have to be some new standard of rules that the FAA is gonna have to make in order for this to even be a feasible task. And another thing people were looking at is received 3,557 expressions of interest in flight reservations. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool, but I mean, realistically, I just don't see um, this being in the near future. So this was the third quarter financial uh, results. So let's go to the one that just recently happened. So if we go to their fourth quarter, um, their cash and cash equivalent is at $480 million as of December 31st. The revenue is still $500,000. I don't think it increased at all. Yeah, I don't see it on here, their revenue, but I don't think it increased at all. But one thing that did increase was their net loss. So if we go to their net loss for the 3 month period, it was $51.5 million. And for the 9 month period, ending in September 30th, it was $138.1 million. If we go to the net loss on here, for the 3 month period, so this is the 3 months after the last earnings, it's $73 million. So they are burning money at an astronomical rate. And it's just, crazy. And also their adjusted EBITDA totaled negative 55 million for the 3 months ended uh, December 31st. So, you know, it's just I don't see a company that produces, no product and burning this amount of money to be sustained, for much longer. Unless they have like some big contracts or something under their belt that they're hiding. Um, and that's just me. When I look at companies to invest into, I always look at their financials before I look at anything else because, their financials basically is going to tell you how the company is performing. I know a lot of people look at, all the stuff that, possibly could happen, and there's a lot of speculation. All of that to me is speculation, and it's always a good thing to look at the company's financials because it tells you a lot about the company. And if there's no real revenue coming into the company, then I can't foresee them justifying spending this amount of money because it doesn't really add up. Um, I know there were a lot of people comparing this company to Tesla, but the only thing that I can see that's the same about this company and Tesla is that at the current moment they're both down. Uh, but uh, and down, I mean by stock price. Their stock prices are pretty low, and this one's is still falling even lower. But as for comparison company to company, I just don't see one. Tesla actually produces products that people use. Um, there's no product that the average consumer uses um, from this company. So I'm not seeing how it even went up to as high as it went to. Now, I'm not trying to bash this company. I think, long term, this will probably be a pretty good, investment. But for, short term, I don't think you're going to see your money's worth on this one for the short term. But, if you want to hold on long term and just hold on to the future, you have hopes that, space exploration is going to go uh, and kick off, then, if you just want some place to park your money, then, be my guest. But as for me, I like to see returns on my money, so I'll come back to this one later when they figure some more stuff out. And, I think they have a lot of growth to do. And, there are other companies out there that I think, are doing better than this company. Like, I think SpaceX in general is a better company than this company. Um, and you know, you can kind of look at those two as parallels because Virgin Galactic is not just Virgin Galactic. The CEO has other companies, um, as well as Elon Musk has other companies other than just SpaceX. So you can look at those two CEOs as parallels, but when it comes to financials, I think Elon Musk has definitely done a better job um, when it comes to space exploration and space ventures. Just a personal opinion. Some people may disagree. If you disagree, it's acceptable as well. But as for short term return on, getting your ROI, I don't think it's really good to invest in this. Um, but you know, when you're doing research on a company, always go and look at its earnings. Its earnings always tells you a lot, and that's why a lot of companies rally closer to their earnings because earnings is a really big deal. So as for the future of Virgin Galactic, I think really really long term, if the FAA pulled some more rules about space exploration, and more companies came on board, and it was kind of like this one conglomerate. So like let's say SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, um, and Starlink whenever it IPOs, and Boeing and some other companies all came together and sat down and had a meeting with the FAA and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to start our space tourism or space entertainment. These are the rules that we want to impose. The FAA goes and says, hey, these make sense. This is the purpose. And they make those rules. And then, it becomes a commercial thing. Then I see that actually happening. But until those conversations happen, and until everybody's on the same page when it comes to going to space, I just do not see this being a profitable company, and especially with the burn rate this fast, increasing in the millions of dollars every quarter. Um, I just don't see them being profitable until that happens. Uh, so make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Drop a comment. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the bell notification if you like this video or want to see more videos like this. Uh, and drop a comment to see to tell me what you guys think of ticker sign SPCE, Virgin Galactic, and where you think it's going to be going into the future. See you guys next time. Peace.